I'm back. I'm back. Just like I said I'd be back. You guys didn't miss me, did you? You didn't miss me, huh? Right? We're back, and we're going to be doing a visual novel that's part of the Spooktober Game Jam. You guys might know that Sky's game company, Rosin, has done Spooktober a couple of times. We attempted to do one last year, but it ended up we ended up running out of time. We didn't have everything prepared, so bad management on my part, but we're still going to work on those projects. We're getting them done little by little. Yeah. So, yeah, I should say. So we're going to play a game. One of the developers reached out to me, and we're going to play a Yuri horror dating zip. And if you guys want to check this out, I will leave a link on the stream so you guys can check it out. In fact, let me go ahead and do that right now. Just do this real quick. Pin that. Unpinned at the end of stream. There we go. Perfect. All right. Let me just make sure that that's sticking. Manually unpinned at the end of stream. There we go. Okay. So, guys, we're going to get started here with Strange Tales from Longchun Sacrifice. Just give me 1 second to make sure everything's on the screen here. Okay. And here we are. Let's unmute the game. It's a little quiet. Let's hit start. August 7th, 2004. So just use a report of a brutal murder in Hyunwon Road. I'm sorry if I'm totally butchering that. I'm not super good with Chinese, so Longchun TV. Investigators determined that the decreased surname Chu was the fourth victim of the serial murders in Longchun since June 28th. This case has drawn attention from many quarters, and the police have already requested support from the central government. Citizens are reminded to exercise caution while traveling in the near future. We now go live to a reporter on the scene, Wang Lu, for her latest update. Or is it Wang Lu? I think it might be Wang Lu. August 16th, 2004. 7th lunar month, first day. Advised departure. Oh. You're ready to click the Longchun after dark shortcut post. Okay. First thing I should do is I should go to, where's settings? Preferences. Just gonna turn the music and the sound up. Okay. There we go. Let's save in an empty slot. Okay. Alright. What's it about? This isn't gonna open up a web page, right? No. Okay, here we go. I like this, like, Windows 95 aesthetic it's got. Alright. So this is from the developers. That's the game we're playing. Longchun After Dark. Okay. Where's the gallery? Oh, I haven't unlocked anything yet. So, there's not going to be much to show. Let's go to Longchun After Dark. I wasn't planning to tell anybody else about this at first, but it keeps bothering me, and I don't know where to go for advice, so I'm posting here. I hope this forum will have some suggestions for me. So it probably goes back 1.5 months ago. 1.5 months ago when I first started working at that cafe. But it's getting late, and starting 1.5 months ago might take too long, so I'll jump to 1 week ago. I'll try to keep things short. If anybody wants, I'll do another summary of what happened before. In keeping with with forum tradition, I'll start from the beginning. I go to university here, and I'm in my 3rd year. Since I have nothing to do over summer break, I found a place to work. It's a cafe. The decor is very trendy, and the boss is really nice. The pay is good, and there aren't that many customers, so I basically just have to wash a few cups and sweep the floor every day. I'll just scroll this down a little bit. I have a friend who's pretty into spiritual stuff. I don't know exactly what she believes in. Whenever we pass by a Taoist or Buddhist temple, she always goes in to pray, and she loves telling people's fortunes. They're actually pretty accurate. Before I started working here, she told me not to do it. She said this street was haunted. I didn't believe her. There are so many shops on the street, and they're all doing well. How could it be haunted? But now I'm thinking maybe I really should have listened to her. Excuse me. First started working here, I'd never drunk coffee. The shop opens at 8 a.m. every day and closes at 6 p.m. The staff have come in an hour early to clean up and prepare for the opening. There's a whole row of small shops on the street, like fast food places and hair and nail salons, and the upper floors are used for apartments. The estate is in the back, and we all come in through the residential buildings. Just 1 week before this post, a suitcase showed up in the path to work. I remember it was very clearly a regular suitcase, 22 inches, pretty clean, with a sticker on it saying handle with care or something. Since there were so many shops around here, I figured it must belong to one of the shop's owners, and I shouldn't move it, so I left it sitting there. And no one else took it either. But 3 days ago, I decided that something was off, and I called the police. Ever since the suitcase appeared, I've been noticing a strange smell in the area, and on the 13th, finally confirmed that it was coming from inside the suitcase. And the sun's been so strong these few days with zero rain, but there was a small wet puddle under the suitcase. The liquid must have leaked out from inside. I'm studying forensics. I'm studying forensics. I've never been to a crime scene, but I know what a rotting corpse smells like. I got really scared. And what with that one case making waves recently, I had to call the cops right away. The ones who showed up weren't detectives. They said it was probably just someone's dead pet inside the suitcase. And then as soon as it was opened, it started gagging and throwing up. We all started gagging and throwing up. It was on the news yesterday morning. I'm sure you all saw it. The suitcase that was full of 4th victim's organs. The creepiest part is that when I asked around, the other shop workers said they'd never seen the suitcase before. They only found out about it after the police came. It still seems really weird to me. The suitcase was stinking for days, with restaurants all around and everybody walking to work along the road. Why did anyone notice anything about it? I just can't make sense of it. Since the police didn't say it was classified, I'm posting it here on After Dark. I'd love to hear what you all think of it. And publish. Someone has replied to your post. Once you're done browsing, you can click post and upload a photo. Okay. Yo, OP, aren't you supposed to be studying forensics? If you believe there's supernatural stuff going on, scare yourself to death during autopsy. I bet there are other workers who just want to avoid any trouble, so they'd say anything. There's the picture of the suitcase. Maybe there are supernatural forces. Makes sense that they didn't want to tell the police, but sure they didn't have to lie to me, too. I know them pretty well. Workers next door is a real clean freak. She even shoos stray cats off chairs. I can't imagine her leaving the suitcase alone unless she didn't see it at all. I'm just out of my depth of dealing with this sort of spooky stuff. It's nothing to do with whether or not I believe the supernatural. It's not like I'd ever disrespect a corpse in any way. Okay. Start sleep. You like to leave the computer. Okay. Okay. An ad for Taisho Romance Theater. Oh shit, that opens up a new ad in my... Oh, for their other game, it opens it up in my other browser. That's funny, I'll have to look at that later. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit save, make a new save. And we're gonna hit start, and we're gonna go to sleep. Ugh. Who knows if anyone can help me anyways? Never mind, at least I'll feel better after getting it all out. The computer screen slowly dims, and so do the words I hesitantly type into the forum post. All this just happened today, but after shaking off my unease and sifting through the events, it occurs to me that I have so many doubts, even more than I noticed before. I think back to what the police said. Isn't this case just like... A gurgling noise shatters the somber atmosphere. Come to think of it, between my job and giving evidence for the investigation, I haven't had a proper meal all day. I'll make some supper. I had a delicious sandwich for supper on sourdough bread. It was delicious. It was fantastic. I enjoyed it very much. I turn on the gas stove in the kitchen. A froth of bubbles forms in the pot, like a pond with a school of goldfish breathing beneath the surface. As the water churns, all the doubts I kept suppressing surge up with billowing ripples. The police station where they took my statement was pretty small, but it was full of people. Even while giving my statement, I could hear the flurry of hasty footsteps outside the room. Thank you for your cooperation. Please stay in town for the next few days and keep in touch. If anything else comes up, we might need to confirm more details. I understand. Did anyone else say anything apart from me? That suitcase was sitting there for ages. Was it just me who smelled something strange? Why didn't they call the police? A somewhat odd expression flickered across the young officer's face, and his gaze darted around the room. His colleague, who had been sitting next to us, just stepped away and was rummaging around the printer. Once he was sure he and I were alone, he lowered his voice and spoke. We've asked around, and no, they didn't say anything. But don't worry, it'll be fine. We'll definitely have an explanation for you all. For now, just look after yourself. Let us know right away if you spot any suspicious people hanging around. What are you two whispering about? Look, I'm trying to cut you some slack, but did you forget everything you learned at the academy? No private conversations allowed. And you, Ji-yeon, was it? A young lady like you shouldn't go around prying into things. Stay at home quietly. Wait till you hear from us. Oh, yes. Someone's here to pick you up. A friend of yours, apparently. My friend? It's me. Boss, what are you doing here? Won't be getting much business for a while with all that's going on, so I closed the shop early and swung by to pick you up. What's wrong? You look so worn out. Have they been giving you a hard time? There's a gentle smile on her face, but as I looked at her, an involuntary shudder ran through me. Her warm hand settled on the back of mine, softly clasping my icy fingertips. What if... Resounding bang slams against my eardrums, derailing my train of thought. I reflectively whirled to see. A bird, a smear of blood that feathers and brains spatter against the window, slowly sliding down the glass. That pot has boiled dry. The smell of burning rises from it. August 17th, 2004. First offering traffic opening business. Okay. Someone has replied to me. Okay. Okay, let's see. 9 notifications, Jesus. Holy crap. There's a point. Let's see. A point, maybe everybody make an appointment. Hallucinating and you're really sounding mental. Let's be careful, OP. It has a point. Plus, maybe everybody ignored it at habit. Don't understand the first habit. Anyways, if everyone else really didn't see it, but you did, then something nasty is latched onto you. But you better hurry up and consult a real master, or I'm afraid you're in some kind of bad luck. You're in uni already. You should trust science. Stay away from the old superstitions. After both science is down the whole left. A wall of text just for this. That's 5 minutes of my life I'm not getting back. OP, stop scaring yourself. Do you really have to make a whole call-out post just for this? I feel like OP would be pretty good. We'll see some good information. Stuff on it, ask her. Okay, whoa, how did you score a sweet job like that? Me want, please hook me up. Every spirit should make fun of me, but at this rate, might as well ask. work here, I guess. And bosses were closed for the summer, so I can't make an intro. Sorry. Because of this incident, my first post, the police have blocked the area off. No one's coming to the street at all. Lots of shops are closing early, but boss says since there's nothing to do anyways, we might as well close at the usual time. Then something came up, so I logged in here. I didn't expect so many people to think that I'm making this up. I don't need to come up with big posts, okay? I'm not trying to farm karma here. Also, I feel like I need to talk about what just happened. My boss is great, but the shop does kind of get weird sometimes. Okay. Need to post, upload, okay. Okay. Paper. Okay. Then this one. Jeez. Okay, let's read these posts. It's pretty old, but given the layout of the shop, I don't think the lighting should be this bad. There aren't a lot of lamps, so it's really dark indoors. This is for the ambiance, but I'm really feeling it. There are some strange pictures on the walls, too, and it's so chilly in the room. You don't even need to turn on a fan. It's dim and damp, too, maybe because of the fish. Boss is a big tank of goldfish and a smaller tank of koi. The goldfish are kept in a large porcelain tank. I'm not sure what breed they are, but they're red and quite pretty. I have no idea what the boss was thinking. It's not that huge of a tank, and there are so many fish in it, all crammed together so closely that they look more like bait than pet fish. Once I asked my boss why she bothers keeping them since the fish keep dying and the boss doesn't seem that fond of them. She joked and says she uses them to feed the snakes. The koi do get better treatment. They're kept in a large clear tank, and there are only 3 of them. They're all black and reddish with orange splotches, and they're really big, but there's still lots of room in the tank. Sometimes I wonder if boss is really feeding all those little goldfish to the koi. Ever since I started working here, I've noticed that there's always a faint smoky smell in the shop, though it's usually hidden by a scent of coffee. I thought the smell was kind of familiar until a few days ago when my neighbor was secretly burning some scrap paper she couldn't sell. That's when I realized this is probably a smell from something burning. I spotted a small pile of dust in the corner a while back. I have no idea where it came from, but since it had smoky smell, it must be remains of something that was burning. It must have been a book, or maybe clothes. I'm a bit worried someone broke into it during the night. Messed around. It's kind of scary to picture. She's very scatterbrained with all the stuff that she's posting. I made it in time for the live blog from OP's group. It seems like someone's gathered a pile there just doesn't just fall in the pile. That's something. Okay, agreed. Who knows? Maybe the boss's personal arrangement was going on. I don't know. There. You work there. You don't need to worry much about this stuff. Report to your boss. That's how it is. Trev, I can tell you're employed sleuths. And there's something even more terrifying. I keep seeing dead snakes around the shop, and sometimes birds, too. Their stomachs are cut open, and they're either hanging up from or all twisted. It's an awful way to die. Maybe this is the work of a human, and there's a freak living nearby or something. But animals often die mysteriously in the area, too. I have no idea why. They just drop dead. Yesterday, a bird smashed straight through the glass and died. It took me a while to clean it up. It's a little strange thing I'm thinking for now, but there's more. It's not coming to mind at the moment. I'm meeting a friend tomorrow, so I'm going to sleep early. Okay. Alright, let's make another save. And let's put the computer to sleep. Sorry guys, just had some water there. I turned off the computer. Even after posting the bird's death last night, it's still in my mind, keeping me unsettled. Those black feathers drenched in fresh blood, crisscrossing at the jagged angles that they briefly left behind an oddly shaped mark, but it wasn't rapidly blotted out. Rapidly blotted out by the streaming blood. I can't tell whether it was real or my imagination. Oh, this is shot on a digital camera too. Well, it's 2004, so I guess that makes sense. Reminds me of a digital camera I had, actually. I think I still have it, but I don't have a way of, like, plugging it in or charging it. The one I had was red, though. This is very similar. And my facial tracking is not working. There we go. That's better. Okay. Why is this not... What's going on? There we go. As I sort through the photos of my camera roll, I begin to regret not taking pictures back then. All I have left are these rather outdated images. I'm not sure if they could even be considered evidence. Come to think of it, strange things like this have happened at the shop before. A work trip to the next town? I didn't know we had that kind of business. It's just a few personal errands. Will you be alright by yourself? Don't worry, I just need to look after the shop for 2 days. It's not like we get that many customers anyways. Sorry. Huh? Oh. Huh? Let me say that, you're getting a good flick on the forehead. I said I was sorry. Boss, are you really going right now? Time is tight. I'll bring back a present for you. Didn't you say you liked the peanut candy over there? You really don't need to spend so much on me. It's no big deal. Oh yes, remember to feed the fish for me. Fish, I haven't fed them today, have I? As I stand there, they all come crowding around. Dummies. Dummies. I feel like it's Sky right now calling me a dummy. Because whenever I say things like, I love you, she goes, dummy. It's so cute. She's such a cutie. I like Sky, she's cute. Look at them gobbling down. Are they that hungry? I'm sure I fed them yesterday. Now for the goldfish. It's been eaten. Not just that, it got ripped to shreds. That's brutal. Get this out of here quickly. What's this? The net stirs ripples across the water surface. As I scoop up the dead fish, I accidentally dislodge the pebbles decorating the bottom of the tank. I carefully sweep away the white sand in the net and lift out a half-exposed object. Fragments of bone from some unidentified creature. Who put this in there? August 18th, 2004. Tailoring burial rights. Okay. Someone just replied to you. Once you're done browsing, you can click the replies to respond. Okay. 24 freaking notifications. Jeez. Alright, let's scroll up here. Dropping in to say, I think OP's boss just put the tank casually there for no reason for it. OP, you don't have to keep taking things in supernatural direction. I'm sure there has to be some reason. A customer came in one day and was showering the boss with compliments and mentioned, oh, this fish tank is set up beautifully, etc., etc. Drop. Am I the only one who thinks this kind of off? What kind of koi eats meat? I'm getting goosebumps reading this. 2, okay. P, your story's freaking me out. I feel like the workplace is drowning in yin energy. Be careful, okay? A friend who loves fortune telling told me the same thing. Thanks for a reminder. I'll keep a lookout. Where's the murder case now? Supernatural incident. I'm terrified just reading. Honestly, OP, aren't you thinking of quitting your job? If it was me, I probably would have dead or there as soon as I saw the suitcase. It's really... This is reality, not a novel, you know. You need to save your own skin. Oh, looks like we got an ad. I forgot to snooze the ad. Alright, guys, we're going to take a quick break before we continue. And then we'll go into it. Alright, everybody, welcome back. We're a bit to reply to this post here. It's kind of scary, but I promise to stay until the end of summer break. I wouldn't feel right going back on my word. That boss is always so kind to me. Alright. Reading a piece post, like it says, the supernatural force do indeed lie behind all this. The suitcase is only you could see must be something that's inevitably for you. The others who aren't chosen simply passed by like it was nothing. Maybe the spirit wants your help in uncovering the truth for you this whole time. Don't be scared, OP. Think of it as another way. These departed souls don't mean you any harm. They might see you as someone they can trust with the truth. I've been reading way too many ghost stories. Why don't you take a nap instead of screaming friends to the suitcase stuff? It's a place the purpose by some abuse going to work. Abuse and be targeted by different souls by some victim. Vicious human stalker. Excuse me. Be careful when you go out. Someone is trying to do first. And see prayer is also haunted by something nasty. Which one did I not reply to? Oh, this one here. Hold on. Jesus came right interior. Don't say that. The boss is wonderful to you. Okay. Okay. I didn't expect people to be so skeptical. I mean, I'm posting on After Dark. If you don't believe me, why treat this as a story? After I got off work today, the police called me again in the investigation, so I got home really late. I don't have much energy to post, so I'll reply to the pre-post in a bit. Maybe being so tired gave me hallucinations. I keep feeling like there's a strange swampy smell around me, like sort of dampy fish smell you get when you're walking along the river. I'm not sure what to do about it. Maybe I should ask my partner. I'm gonna reply to your post after post update photos. Okay. He is a partner. Super curious what his partner's like. I want to know too. Very gentle and understanding. I'm really worried about this will scare her. Ah, we're gay. Happened right before I made a post. I was very so late. I didn't take the look at the photo. I swear this but this was the first time it happened to Ho or anywhere outside the shop. The birds and snakes so much seem to be drawn or something. Like grass running into a baited trap. They just charged right ahead. I've been reading science articles online, and apparently glass reflects light. Birds can't really see it, tend to fly into it. Maybe that's why. When I went out in daytime to clean the window, the dead bird was gone. I guess some stray cat got it. Let's do the next post. I know that's fortune telling. I've known each since elementary school. We've always been in school in the same class all the way to university. I decided to study forensics. Surrounded teaching, so let's call her X. X is kind of into the Chi. Chi is kind of in the cult. Dabble into pretty much every superstition. On top of her fortune telling me, I told her that what's been going on lately. And the amulet said I wanted to read my fortune. Okay. The empty basket, the bullet sacrificed the dragon trapped in the fruitless conquest. This was the divination Chi cast for me. I'm really into literary type, so I couldn't make any sense of it. Chi explained that this is a hexagram. That means it's trying to force things through will only deepen conflicts. And focusing on immediate gains will lead to disaster, so I should keep level head. Her divination's always been real accurate, so I decided to listen to her. I'll be more careful. Maybe I should just stick to status quo. What does the second half of it be? Does it mean she wants me to forfeit this month's salary and leave right away? Alright, let's add the last photo. Oh, wait, maybe this is why Chi wants me to stay away from the shop. My boss, like I said before, boss put up some pictures of the shop, and this one, it's black koi with reddish-orange markings. Okay. And the last photo. She told me this picture gives her bad feeling, but no matter look at it, it's just a painting. The most I can say is the inscription on the side says, it's kind of hard to read. Maybe it's a script or something. Okay, alright. She was in a car accident in junior high, so she has some trouble walking. When I visited her in the hospital, she sent her family and told me the car accident was fated calamity. Looking back on it, started to change. Applied to your post, okay. Major accidents like that do change person's behavior, personality. Your sense for your friend might be the result of psychological trauma and there's a little recovery process. I think if your friend gets a chance, you should speak to a professional help from a psychiatrist. She's not mentally ill. her asylum. Her family wants us to get a new look at her. Seems like a bit better after her hand. Okay, I don't see anything to reply to. So I can't post, so I'm going to save. Okay. Get back from the police station while I post my habitual plea for help. All the way I turn off my computer and sink into bed. Through all this, my brain is still in turmoil. Maybe it's because it's about to rain. The damp air and rank odor seep into my room, hovering just on the edge of my senses, making it hard to sleep. Maybe it's because my headache from the past few restless nights is even more intense today. I toss and turn to bed and find myself wider awake than ever. To a certain point, even without closing my eyes, I can picture what happened today. The police station was even busier than yesterday. The uniform-clad public servants are hurrying back and forth. Even with Boss by my side, I felt prickling unease, as if the metal chair I sat on was oozing with frigid water. When is it my turn? Are you nervous? Of course I am. It's weird. I didn't feel like this before. The atmosphere here might be rubbing off on you. After you give your statement, how about we go grab a bite to eat? Treat as a perk of the job. Oh, how generous of you, boss. Then I'll want... For speaking, the door in our carriage springs up. The police officer leaned out. Xu Yun? This way. Yun? Called you in today because there's something else to ask you. The white lamplight shone drawn on my face. Its harsh glare put me on edge as the expression of the two informative police officers. What is it? Qiu Yun. You're studying forensics in the city, yes? It's rare to see a girl in that field, and you live on your own too. You got some nerve. Your instincts. Instructors say your grades are excellent. Why did you choose this field in the first place? Because I was interested in the subject. Does that have anything to do with the case? Not really. I was just curious. Alright, let's get back to the point. Please think back carefully to the day, August 8th. What were you doing? During that day, I was at my job at the Rainborn Cafe. I got off work at 5 p.m. and spent the... Okay, maybe I need to turn these down. There we go. I got off work at 5 p.m. and went to the market to buy persimmons and eggs. I went home and stayed in all night. I remember it very clearly, I see. Because there was a customer that day. Who was it? A woman with wavy hair and a pearl necklace. I think she was in her 30s, a southerner, but I couldn't place her accent. Came in looking for the boss. We get very few customers most of the time, which is why I remember it pretty well. She wanted to talk to the boss, so I got to dock off early. That was around 5. Can you corroborate your statement? Auntie Chen. At the market, I guess? And the waiter at the shop next door, but why are you asking about this? The police officer seemed about to speak, but was cut off by the other officer's raising hand. That's all we have for now. You may go. We'll be checking in with you frequently to verify certain information. We're not permitted to leave Longchun City. Is that clear? I understand. Ugh. Something just feels off. Gazing in the mirror in my own face, dripping water, as I fumbled in my bag for a tissue. So my attention was seized by the sensation of something hard against my fingertips. I hadn't brought anything with me other than tissues and lip balm. I know for a fact. Right now, as alone in the police washroom, it was completely silent. With a spellbound rushing in my trembling hand, I pulled an unzipped bag open. Pitch black interior, a glimpse of a corner of someone glinting with icy industrial sheen, something which I've seen in my hands. Who's that? Ayun, are you in there? Okay, August 19th. 7th month, 4th day. ID, once you're done browsing. Okay, why is my mouse not moving? There we go. Jesus Christ. Your fortune. I won't be if someone else to give you a reading. If I don't remember in the first place, your reading is bound to be biased. This was the hexagrams you found what you're stringing along. Okay. In your high entire figuring, what is OP's found really spiritual powers? Second sight. Never talked about it, but an accident must have been devastating for her. I'm not for sure. I've been sleeping well lately. I feel so sluggish. I thought I'd take a nap before checking the forum, but I didn't realize it was this late. I don't know why, but I got another call from the police station saying they wanted to ask me something. It's really kind of weird they keep bringing me in for questioning. I'm not a suspect, am I? With everything else going on lately, maybe the stress is getting to me. I'm nervous. I keep hearing strange noises. The weather's been dry, but my house is damp all the time. My clothes and sheets just refuse to dry up. It's getting really creepy. Okay. Today I was walking down the street when I suddenly heard someone calling me, and it was my nickname. The voice sounded really familiar, but no matter how I tried, I couldn't place it. My nickname is very rare, and only a few very close friends and family members use it. But it was getting dark. There was no one around at all. I've heard that when someone calls you at a time like this, you shouldn't ever turn around, but I was so shocked it slipped my mind, and I turned and glanced back, and since I didn't turn all the way around, I guess it was fine. Okay. It reminds me, Chi came to see me again today. She was being all cryptic, but said someone visited her in her dream and told her that this case has something to do with spirits, and the boss is part of it too. And there's this photo here. I don't have to say I don't believe it. Chi probably means the boss is the killer. Honestly, it's wild to believe that someone close to me is a murderer, just based on a dream vision or something. But to tell the truth, I've always been kind of intimidated by my boss. And Chi said, ugh, excuse me. And what Chi said, just a convenient outlet for a feeling is all I always had. I can't remember how I came across this shop. No matter how I try, the memory of the surfaces. A dream through your fingers. Okay. Where did I... Fingers when you wake up, but when I do, I recall very clearly is the first time I walked into the shop. Boss told me she needed me an assistant, and it just so happened that we'd met before. She said this must be fate. It was really a miraculous twist of fate that we'd met before at Yuza Temple. Back then I was talking to Chi about praying for romance, and she said Yuzhen Temple was great for that, and she'd bring me to visit. I was kind of curious, so I tagged along, but I ended up not praying for romance anyways. I went with something else. That's when I met the boss. And the mother, so I've known her. Boss has been very kind to me. There isn't much to do in the shop, so we've chatted a lot, but despite all the conversations, I realize I have no idea where she's from, how old she is, or why she chose to open a cafe that no one ever visits. Just today, a really weird customer came in. He was a huge snob to me, but as soon as he saw Boss, he was fawning all over her. He even bowed to her with his hands clasped. I have no idea where that custom comes from, but it seems like he was trying to ask her for something. Customers like this do show up from time to time. I don't know where the boss meets them, but they're always asking for her favors. Asking her for favors. She's me. I get sent away whenever that happens. So I don't know what they discuss. I know the shop has a basement, but I don't have the key, so I've never been inside. Sometimes I might just be imagining it, but I hear thudding sounds like someone is chopping meat in there, and the suitcase just happened to show up next to the shop, like discarded offal. I can hear the same sound coming from the next door right now. Thud, 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 like something's chopping meat. I had to take a look. Okay. Well, first, I'm going to save. And then we're going to go to sleep. I love the way this game is set up. It's really neat. I was running for questioning again and went all day long. By now, I must know this process better than most people. They'll probably come handy if I join the force. So leave the police station. The swampy stench is still lingering. At first, I thought the pipe had burst somewhere in my house, but the smell follows me no matter where I go. Just because it's about to rain? Now I remember, the day I met my boss, the weather was just like it's been lately, damp and humid. Yuzhen Temple is known for the accuracy of its divinations. People flock there often to offer incense, not just from Longchun itself, but from the neighbor cities. I think I'm going to drink some water before I go on. Ooh, excellent. After calling her Chi on the forums, I almost called her Chi in my own head, too. Anyway, she's gone to the toilet. She was left alone in the area for drawing fortune surrounded by an aroma of burning sandalwood. As I shook the tube of fortunes, it slipped in my unsteady grip. The fortune sticks flew in a long arc, but before I could pick up the fallen sticks, someone beat me to it. It was the boss. Wandering, one encounters a soulmate, clasping hands, two soar into the sky. Is this yours? Here you go. Ah, thank you. You can have my spot. It's alright. What are you praying for? I'd already changed my mind about what to pray for, but for some reason, with her gazing at me like that, I found myself hanging my head and mumbling for a reason why I'd come to the first place. Romance fortune. Is that so? Well, there's fortune in every encounter. I'm Wen Hao. What's your name? Qiu Yan. That's a fine name. Your wish will come true. Really? Of course, you're such a darling girl. Someone's sure to fall for you. I held a middling fortune, but hearing her words, I felt like I'd really drawn the greatest lot of all. Oh, she's cute. Is that the friend? Speaking, she left. When Wei-Yin returned from the toilet, she went to the temple together. The monks couldn't interpret our fortunes. So it was overcast and damp air made me uncomfortable. Diviner, who interpreted fortune, seemed kindly and good-natured. It was only with him for a little while before the sun came out again, and the moist air dissipates as well. The diviner's snow-white beard and eyebrows were twitching. It was pretty funny to watch, but I knew it probably wasn't allowed to laugh here, so I bowed my head and hunched my shoulders, keeping my expression verbally in check. Just then, I heard Diviner call me. Miss Giver, did you come across anyone on your way here? I don't think so. Why? It matters not. The fortune signifies a difficult beginning, but better tidings to come. Obstacles are inevitable upon your path. It is a middling fortune, however, that does not necessarily mean that what you wish for will not come to pass. You, Amos Giver, have an affinity with immortals. It's best to let matters take their own course. If your obsessions run too deep, it bodes ill for you. An affinity with immortals? Naturally. You hold this fate in your own hands. August 20th. Back at the computer. Got some more water. I'm gonna have to refill that soon. Anyways, let's continue. Someone has replied. 60 new notifications. Jeez. Over the boss. Fawning over the boss, we were there. They asked her for favors. I know I'm getting off topic, but did anyone come see the other thread? Finding out what Julong and River are in common? Kind of feels like it. Especially a piece of. We got locked. Don't bring the admin down on us. That host is ridiculous. If you're gonna make shit up, at least put more effort into it. Mods have locked the thread. I saw it was pretty ridiculous, but it didn't seem like it might be something to it. Gossip is the OP legendary ghost romance route. Sweats. None of that. I've got a partner. Okay, I think that's it. Hi everyone, just got back from the police station. Don't worry, I didn't get arrested. Just had to make another report. Someone else is dead and I have no idea why. I was just talking to her yesterday. I heard some strange noises last night, so I opened the door to check, but there was no one outside. Sounds are coming from next door. I live in a pretty old estate, so the soundproofing isn't great. Luckily, I get along fine with my neighbors. The family next door is a bit like mine. An odd couple with a child. Thankfully, my grandparents are away these days, which spread them a shock. Sorry guys, excuse me. The lady next door is a bit superstitious, but very kind. We help each other sometimes and look out for each other. I could tell the sounds were coming from her house, which made me less nervous, so I knocked on her door and asked what was going on. They're not the kind of people who chop meat at midnight, so I figured it'd be something else. And I just misheard. The old lady told me, though, through the door that everything was okay. She just dropped something. Asked if she needed any help, and she said no, it was all good. We changed a bit more small talk, and then I went home to sleep. Next day, I woke up really early. I was planning to go out early for breakfast. When I looked out the door, I saw a pool of bright red blood all over the hallway. I don't know why, but as soon as I saw it, I was sure it was blood, and then it came from the crack under my neighbor's door. I was terrified. I ran over to banged on the door, but there was no answer, so I finally called the police. The strangest thing is that the pool of blood was like a living being, slowly flowing outwards. It was just so bizarre. I didn't know how to put it. I knew in my heart was someone was dead, but until I saw that with my own eyes, the blood was just blood. It had nothing to do with the person I'd spoken to. The blood was flowing out so slowly, it must have been flowed down from the hallway to the front door before it slowed down just to let me know she was dead. Deep down, I really wanted to open the door to confirm. Unless I did, the anxiety would haunt me. I struggled to accept the truth, but I knew I couldn't do that, even though I'm just a student. I know the importance of preserving the scene, and an autopsy was totally out of the question. I had to leave it to the professionals, but the stench of the corpse inside seemed to seep out, even through the door. I noticed it was a smell seemed pervasive, inescapable. As soon as I smelled that, I was sure what had happened. I did my best to keep it together, but I ended up running home to throw up. After I was done throwing up, I called the police and waited. I didn't know how long it took them to get here. Somehow I actually remembered to call my boss to take the day off, but I don't remember how the conversation went. Things got kind of blurry after that. It's only coming back to me now that I'm sitting in front of my computer and going over the day. I saw the body as they carried it out. There was a knife wound on the neck, and the organs had been cut out, exactly like the other Zhulong River victims. The murderer was next door last night and left without anyone noticing. I had to go give my statement, so I got back really late, and I took a nap after that. It was way too late to ask my friend to come over and keep me company, so all I had to do was post online and vent my forum buddies. That family even made offerings to the Snake Immortal. They were so devout. Why didn't their household deity protect them? Alright. We're gonna save again. And we're going to hit sleep. Soundproofing in this old state isn't great. From next door, the voices of the police worm their way into my ears, but I'm in no frame of mind to listen. I stumbled back from the police station in such a daze. I might as well have been sleepwalking. It was all a blur to me. Dinner is laid out on the table, but my stomach is still a sour knot. Even after I toss my socks and shoes into the trash, and sticky sensation of reeking blood still clings to my feet. I don't enjoy stories of the supernatural, but after everything I've seen today, I can't help but wonder, do deities and demons really exist? And if not, how can I explain that stench? Maybe whatever's targeting me can explain by science, but still, what did I ever do to deserve that? Or is it all just my own bad luck? Now that I think about it, all these strange events began after a return to Yisen Temple. I think you need to get out more. Soak up the midday sun. What for? If you're trying to bake me to death, just say so. Yang energy is strong at noon. It's good for you. Okay, what have you been getting into this time? Yang energy is strong at noon? Or how about another explanation? More exposure to sunlight makes you feel better. I'm being serious. Haven't you noticed how it's always so damp around you? Oh, right. That's true. You should have just said that. Which reminds me, it's been raining for a few days. Now that it's stopped, I'd better air my clothes and blankets while the sun's still out. As I finished speaking, Wu Weien stared at me. I couldn't find the words to describe her expression. She's given like a bruh expression here. It's like she was looking at a stump of wood too rotten to carve, or a lump of stone too stubborn to move, or an intellectual change bipedal ape. A stump of wood too rotten to carve, a lump of stone too stubborn to move. What's the name of that Under Oath song? Too bright to see. What is it? Now this is gonna bother me, so I gotta look it up. Too bright to see, too loud to hear. That's what my first thought was. What's up? Did I say something wrong? No, it's fine. Are you going to keep working over on that street? Of course, why not? I'll just sit around at home otherwise. You haven't met my boss, have you? She's gorgeous, a real beauty, and so kind, too. Plus, she pays really well. I ran into her before at Yizhen Temple. We chatted a bit. I never thought I'd get a part-time job with her as my boss. I really lucked out. She smells amazing. Let me think. What is that scent? Okay, it's the same scent at the temple, just a bit more moist. Wu Bian heard me out. She stayed silent for a long time, then finally took out a small satin pouch from her bag. She plucked off one of the bohai seeds bound to her wrist and put it in the pouch before fastening her drawstring and placing it in my palm. Carry this with you. Don't take it off unless you really have to. Like when you're bathing. Why? What does this thing do? It's a ritual object. It's been blessed. So at least it'll help ward off some evil. I worry about you working over there. I'm just making some pocket money. If the place is cursed, wouldn't every shop in the street be out of business by now? And aren't you always going on about how popular places have great feng shui? Stop worrying. I'm an adult. What's gonna happen to me? Just don't let the amulet get wet. Yeah, I know. You gave it to me. I'll be careful with it. As I was talking, I forgot to watch where I was going. By the time I noticed a slippery object under my foot, it was already too late. Alarmed, Wee Wee hurried to prop me up, but with her leg injured, how could I risk her falling again? Anyways, it was tough enough to brush off one little fall. But neither of us noticed that after the past few rainy days, stagnant water had pooled under the side of the tiles. The filthy black liquid splashed into my face and body. I was clutching the amulet tightly, so only a small exposed corner got soiled. Ugh. What was that? I was aching all over. Wu Yan looked grim as she helped me up. Quickly scuffed the amulet against my trousers to scrub the dirt off. The drops of filthy water swiftly soaked the satin pouch, vanished from sight. I turned to look. A dead snake crushed flat under my feet, stared back at me with soulless eyes. This is one where snakes in the city. It was right under my feet. How did I miss that? That's weird, right? It probably crawled out of the sewers. I'll take you to the clinic. August 21st, 2004. 7th of your month, 6th day. Okay, guys, before we continue on, I'm just going to quickly go to the bathroom and get some more water, so I will be right back. All right, everybody, I'm back. I got some more water. In fact, I'm going to take a quick sip, a rich sip, you could say. And now we are going to return to the game. All right, someone has replied to your original. Okay. 70 notifications. Let's see. All right. Tangle. Okay. They worship the snake immortal. Another victim linked to the superstitions. OP, did you see that post? This is getting out of hand. Since your friend knows a bit this stuff, for help right now. There's no time to lose. I saw the post. I did consult her actually, but I don't really want to drag her into this. Who else is dead? How am I supposed to calm down? Has to be something haunting you. It's definitely possible. I really should consider talking to my family. Someone to look into it. But I don't want them to worry about me. I keep it in mind. Thanks for the concern. I didn't go to work today, and I didn't call my boss to take the day off either. She was the one who called to ask what was wrong, actually. I didn't know what to say. So just dodged her questions. At first, I was going to ask Chi to keep me company, but for some reason I haven't been able to reach her all day. Okay. After what happened yesterday, I've been on pins and needles since I couldn't reach her by phone. I went to her place, but she wasn't there either. After I spent the whole day looking for Chi, just called her. Chi just called and said she's going to the mountain for spiritual cultivation, and told me to leave her be for a while. But it still seems odd to me. She has trouble walking. Why would you go up to the mountain? Whatever's going on, I need to eat. I only came here to post because another strange thing happened. I bought a carp last night, planning to fry it, but when I opened the fridge today, there was a koi in a plastic bag instead, and it was black, one with red-orange spots. The OP's friend is cultivating immortality. The fish's colors and markings are identical to the fish in Boss's picture. Did it get down from the wall and come after me? I almost passed out from terror before I knew it. I was running 2 blocks away, dumping the fish in the trash. Anyways, I can't possibly cook this koi, so I'll just have to make do with instant noodles tonight. I'm still thinking about what Chi said, about going to the mountains to cultivate. I think she mentioned before that there's a temple up in Taiping Mountain, near Longchun. She said she wanted to check it out sometime. They call it a mountain, but it's really just a little mound of dirt. Still, given her leg injury, there's no way she can get up there without help. I don't know why she suddenly decided to go up on her own, but it does seem rather strange. Alright, let's do another save. Page 2. And let's go to sleep. Look at that cell phone. This reminds me of the cell phone I used to have, except mine was a flip phone. It was an LG flip phone that had green, that was 2 shades of green, kind of like a Game Boy. I can't get a hold of Wei Chin all day. My boss calls me during the daytime, but I'm in no mood to answer. To be honest, I'm not sure if all this has to do anything with her. Police haven't figured out who dumped the suitcase, and they have no clue who murdered my neighbor either. And yet I'm pinning all of it on my boss, based only on some scraps of suspicion and a few coincidences. I really am being awfully rude. My head is aching more and more. I can't quite recall exactly why I went to Yisen Temple. Even my own post from a few days ago seem like relics from the past life. I read my own writing all the way through, but I'm already forgetting what I thought that time. There's just one thing I'm sure: I've never dated anyone, and there's no trace of another person in my house, so why did I say back then that I was in a relationship? Enough of this. I'll try calling her a few more times, and I have to give boss a call too, and apologize. Why can't I get through? The ringtone echoes over and over, but neither Wu Weijin nor Wen Hao answers my call. Unease stirs inapplicably within me. It's pretty early. Boss should still be at the shop. Might be too easy to pick up. I have to tell her that I'll be wrapping up work over the next few days and then I'm quitting. Who knows, maybe she can help me find Wee Yen. It'll be fine, it's still daytime. This kind of thing needs to happen sooner rather than later. I'll go now. The lamps in the cafe are all switched off, but it's still light out. But when I look in, I see a sea of black. That's weird. It's not closing time, is it? I fumble through the darkness, flicking several switches, but however I try, the lights won't come on. I have no choice but to pull my cell phone and find a way forward using the faint glow of the screen. I try not to bump into anything. The air in the shop is thick with the pervasive odor of incense, ash, exactly like I smelled before, but now without the aroma of coffee distinguishing it, the heavy smell is even more nauseating. The koi in the tank swirl around the unison to face me. Their bulging eyes stare as their black tails sweep through the water. Their gazes, if fish can be said to have gazes, are all fixed and firmly on me. The music is slowing down. I better tell boss to move that tank somewhere else. I search all over the shop, but I discover nothing, except that the doorway, which is usually locked tight, is standing open just a crack. A cold draft surges out from within, and I shiver. This is the only place left. I might be intruding, but I'll worry about that later. I always figured this was the boss's office, but when I push down the door open, I see a long flight of stairs heading downwards. This is... Never mind, I'll go take a look. I follow the stairs all the way down to at last it appears before me a space resembling a basement. I realize now the smell of incense ash, which I noticed in the shop, as well as the bone-chilling cold, they both emanate from this place. In the basement, an idol sits on the altar, its face draped in red cloth. Incense is still smoldering in the burner before it. Candles blaze on both sides, already reduced to half their length. In the dim candlelight, vivid rivulets of wax trickle down, joining a thick layer that is accumulated all around. Nearby is a rusty table covered with a white sheet. It's just large enough for one person to lie on. It's so cold. The temperature outdoors is over 30 degrees, but it almost feels autumn in here. Ugh. My limbs are covered with goosebumps from the chill, but strangely, I don't see any sort of cooling equipment in the room. Ugh, freezing. Boss? Boss, are you here? Weigh in? As I chafe my arms, I muster my courage to call out twice. There's no reply. Where did they all go? Why is there a place like this in the shop? Wu Wei-yin once told me that the street was cursed. I fear she must have misunderstood, but faced with the sight, I suddenly find myself wondering, is this place really haunted? Sorry, I had to grab for my water there. I don't care anymore. This is getting spicy. Boss scolds me when she comes back. At least that means she's back. I need to find... Wait. Isn't this the fortune I drew? It's too dark for me to see clearly, but now as I bring my cell phone closer, I notice something. Among the tightly packed cluster of incense in the burner, a single red and black fortune stick is pointed upright. It must have been here for a very long time, so long that it's half burned in ash, but the inscription is still pristine. It reads, "Wandering one encounters a soulmate, clasping hands to soar into the sky." It's the exact stick I got at Yaisen Temple. And then, when I lift the red cloth from the idol under, it's my boss' face. I leap forward, backwards in fright, crashing to the table. With a clatter of metal, something lands on my feet. I recognize at first glance the pouch, the amulet Wu Yan always carried. It isn't fastened to the wooden tablet inside it has fallen halfway out. The tablet engraved in the dense maze is a tiny character. She told me it was a pass issued for her apprenticeship. Wayne's amulet? What's this doing here? The amulet emits trace of warmth in my hand, faintly dispelling the chill. My palms are oozing cold sweat, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on my sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. I almost lose my grip on the tablet's smooth surface. Sorry, that was too good. I gotta clip that. This is... By the glow of my cell phone, I can see that it's smeared with scratch marks, small but fresh. Look at this message Wei Yin left for me. She doesn't have any grudges against Wen Hao. At most, she's grumbled her feet a few times in front of me, but that they never met. Of course, Wei Yin belongings wouldn't just readily turn up at this place. No matter how I scramble to find excuse for my boss, all the very strange incidents could be written as coincidences, but there's no way to dismiss this. Maybe I have no choice but to believe everything Wei Yin has said. In that case, me landing this part-time job or even my first meeting with the boss at Yaisen Temple, that might have been part of her plan. Affinity with immortals, huh? The diviner said I need to avoid obsessions, but what should I do with this, with myself in this situation? I don't know why boss went looking for it, but I can't abandon Wei Yin. The scratch marks on the wooden tablet must be Wei Yin left for me. What should I do? It's an emergency. Click post in the thread to ask the forum for help. Okay. I don't have time to go into details right now. Let's just skip the process and get straight to the conclusion. I'm certain now that my boss is the Jinglong River Killer. I still can't get in touch with Chi, and I can't reach the boss either. I've asked Chi's family, and they said Chi never mentioned going to the mountain to train. They're worried about her mysterious disappearance too, and they've already mobilized relatives and friends to look for her. I searched as well, but I didn't get anywhere. But boss just called me. She didn't say a word. She just hung up right away. But I knew it was her. She wants me to look for her. Should I go? Apply to your post. Who replied to my post? I don't see it. Oh. Oh, I see. Yeah, get right to it. Right now it feels exactly like the RPG boss summoning the hero to big showdown, but since it's the final dungeon, OP, you better make sure that you have all your gear, or rally your party before you go. Absolutely do not try to solo. There's no save feature in real life, but OP, you gotta save. Ah, this has to be a trap. Don't go, don't go, don't go. Call the cops, obviously. OP, think about it. You called the cops so many times. What's one more? OP, what the fuck are you talking about? There's no way you can go. Don't go run off to your death like some red shirt in a horror movie. Ha! Funny. It was right. Even if there isn't enough evidence to call the cops, you can't go there by yourself. OP, run for it. Guys, I thought about it. I decided to call police to let the cops handle it. I maybe should have gone back and gone to her and see what that would do. Everybody's right. If I go alone, I might end up making things even worse. It's safest to call the police. Fighting back the unease in my hair, I dial 110 on my cell phone. Press the call button. Hello? I swallowed, choking back my anxiety instead of a trembling voice. I want to make a report. August 23rd. Marriage. Oh. See many replies once you're done browsing. Okay. Your shady comes first. You did the right thing, OP. Now I just wait for the investigation coming up. Yeah, now we wait for the police report. Good. Glad you didn't go. And now the cops are on it. Rest easy, too. And this thread finally wrap up so I can stop living in dread. So OP called the cops. This thread's gonna get locked, too. Anyways, glad the OP is okay. Personal recaps of things I forgot to tell the forum yesterday. Ooh. I sprayed some water on myself. Oops. I went to the shop basement where I found something that belonged to Chi. Her precious amulet was ripped in half out of its pouch, and one of the tablets had a scratch mark stuck into it right over the name of the temple, the one she mentioned before, the mountain temple where she was going to train. But it was raining really heavily last night, so I called the police. They went to look into it. Since I had to do with the Julong River case, I couldn't sleep, and then I got a call from the police station in the middle of the night. They told me off for wasting police resources on false alarms. Apparently there was no one in the temple, and it had been abandoned ages ago. The cafe was all closed up too, and there was no signs of anyone. Of course, they didn't find any of the stuff I mentioned in the basement. I had no idea what to do. I went back for another look during the day. Didn't turn up anything either, but she is still missing, and I can't get in touch with the boss. It's the strangest thing of all this weird dream. I just had a dream that the boss wants me to look for her. She said in the dream that she really wants to see me. I have zero clue what this dream came from. Maybe my brain's just desperate to make sense of all of this. Chi's family has already filed a police report, and I'll keep helping to search for her. I'll report back with any progress. Okay, well, much more I can do now. November 23rd. Jesus, a whole month? Clothes, chargers, flashlights. That's unrealistic. A charger in 2004 wouldn't look like that. And medication. That should be enough. In fact, after everything was over, I paid another visit to Yaizen Temple. Lately, the figure of my boss keeps appearing in my dreams. Her gentle gaze told me, trained on me, and repeated the same word over and over. The name of a place. As the name grew clearer, my sleep became longer and longer. I was greeted by the elderly monk who had interpreted my fortune. He examined me carefully for a while, and eyebrows and beard were twitching. Then he let out a sigh and said that my wish had been fulfilled. He told me to speak with my family before I set out on this journey. If I tell my family, there's bound to be an argument, so I've just set aside for now. Fortunately, the address boss gave me isn't far from Longchun. It's a small town in a neighboring province. I can make the round trip over a weekend and Monday with no classes. If I come back, that is. A month has passed, but I still haven't figured out if all those strange incidents were truly caused by boss. Why did she seek me out? But there's no more time to dwell on it. As long as I can see her, I'm sure the answers will... I'll have the answers to these questions, blah, blah, blah. Sorry. Before I go, I have to let the kind souls in the forum know about this. Okay. The guy who posts ads all over the forum all day. It's time to shine. It's been a month and I'm still having the same dream. It goes basically the same every time and always ends with the boss telling me to look for her. The dream keeps getting clearer and clearer, and I remember more and more of it every time I wake up. I'm also sleeping longer these days. I'm even starting to worry that if I go on like this, I'll spend the entire day asleep. I've memorized the address boss gave me by now. This weekend I'll go looking for her. I hope she can tell me what's happened. Oh, okay. Save again. Hit sleep. It's autumn. The cold has already settled over Longchun. The train terminal is still strangely hot. I glanced at my ticket. Soon it'll be all creased and soggy from my sweat. The station floor is also damp and so slick that my feet slip across it. No matter how hard I try, I can't swipe away the water that stains my shoe soles. The station is filled with stench of sweat, the scent of food, and the faint whiff of secondhand smoke. To be honest, I'd usually be put off by this. After spending long enough in this bustling place, it's as if I've affected by the crowd's vitality. At least I'm no longer as afraid as before. Longchun Machang, train K3, 918. Now checking tickets for K3 918. Hurry up. My turn. Before I step on board the green train, I turn for a parting glance. Beyond the platform, Longchun is surrounded in the fiery clouds, golden red in the evening glow. See you again, if fate wills it. Ah, it's raining. Oh! That's it? I might quickly go back. Sweet Sum, that's the company that contacted me, or the game studio. I might have to go back and check the that other route, just to be sure. Pretty creepy game, though, so far. Well written. Oh, I should... Pretty good for a Game Jam game. Oh. So nope, that's the person I talked to. They did the English localization. Okay. It was a pretty great story. Pretty creepy and everything. I liked it. Not that much Yuri, though, like, to be honest. It was pretty subtle. But, I mean, that's kind of good, too. When this is done, I'll try that other route that I was talking about before. I'll have to find the save that I did. Oh, it's done in Renpai. I mean, I'm not surprised. Renpai 3. Or Renpai whatever. That's the one that typically Rosins use, but we've used other ones too. There's a newer one that we're trying to look at. Renpai 8 is what they used. Okay. Mango! So freaking Kamen Rider brained. Thanks to our supporters. Alright. This game is created for computer game jam. Time is limited, many ideas remain unrealized. We will keep pushing the game. Please look forward to the full release. Okay, cool. Our friends who helped support and encourage during development, as well as you, the player, for playing this far. Me? The player? Enjoy this game. Please follow Sweet Soul Studio and our other works. Touch Romance Theater. Oh, the one. Child Sweetheart into a Refrigerator. That's quite a name for a game. I'll have to check them out. Okay. Is there post-credits, or what's going on here? Do I have... Oh, end B, side B, The Dragon Entrapped. Okay, so I got one of the endings. Alright, so... I gotta go buy all this so I can get to load. Yeah. August 16th. Okay. Let's go to load. It's this one? Confirm. No, it's not. It's the one before it. Yes, okay. Sleep. Yeah, we did all this, so I'm just gonna skip through. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the bottom here. Okay. Go to one how. Let's try this. Thank you all for your advice. I still feel like I should go look for her. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna hit save. Save it on this one. Okay. And then sleep. Let's use the ad. Wait, what if something happens to Wei Yan in the time between me calling the police and their arrival? What would I do then? No matter how dangerous it is, I need to go first, and I have to hear it from the boss herself. What on earth is she trying to do? The night sky outside is smeared with thick gray clouds, occasionally split by a jagged bolt of lightning. The sweltering, muggy heat of the summer nights is an omen of impending rain. I grab a flashlight and raincoat as I dash out of the hallway. The first crack of thunder erupts in my ears. The stifling humidity which has submerged... Ooh, animation! Submerged Longchun for an entire week has finally become a downpour. August 22nd. Another day. Hui Chi Festival. Okay. By the time I arrive at the foot of the mountain, the torrential rain has already flooded the ground in puddles of all sizes. Ignoring the mud beneath my feet, I hurled all my change into the backseat of a taxi and sprint up the mountainside. The glow of the flashlight only illuminates a tiny patch of the darkness before me. My trouser legs and shoe soles are soaked in muddy water, heavy and sodden, skid across the equally waterlogged dirt. The mountain path isn't a long one, but right now it seems endless. I don't know how long it takes before the dim yellow beam of the flashlight reveals a rundown temple. It's pitch black inside. I can only faintly make out the door, the hull of the warship hanging open like a gaping mouth. August 23rd. Marriage, 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 marriage. Marriage, 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 marriage. Okay. P, are you okay? When you get back, please let us know what you find. You're fine. Please, waiting here, praying for OP safe return. Man, what a horror movie protag runs into the jaws of death. There's really no stopping them. Please be okay. Yesterday, I went to the mountain to search for the middle of the night. I got back really late and had to catch up on sleep. I only just woken up. I don't know where to start. Yesterday afternoon, I went inside the shop basement where I found something that belonged to Chi. Her precious amulet was ripped halfway out of its pouch, and one of the tablets had scratches dug into it, right over the name of the temple, the one she mentioned before, the mountain temple where she was going to train. I guess that this was a distress signal from Chi. She might as well be in the boss's clutches. It suddenly started raining at night, so I had to put on a raincoat and grab a flashlight to make my way up the mountain. The road was so badly maintained, I was wading through mud the whole time. It was a tough slog the whole way there. I kind of regretted not calling the police. I wonder if anyone went out at all last night. The raindrops were hammering down as loud as thunder, and there was lightning too. Thankfully, I brought my umbrella. In a thunderstorm? That's like a fast track to getting struck by lightning. Anyways, the mountain path wasn't that long, but it took me nearly half an hour to get through. It must have been amidst midnight when I got there. I was shocked to see the temple door wide open. Something didn't seem right. It was a tiny temple, and I'd never been there before. I went in and found the place completely deserted. Even the pond in the courtyard was completely dry and full of mud. Let me just scroll this down a little bit more. There was no one in the temple. I was panicking. I searched all over with my flashlight, but there was nobody at all. I noticed a prayer cushions were all covered in dust. The inside seemed to be dead rats or something. I didn't dare look any closer, but the weirdest thing is that as I was about to leave the temple, I was glancing up the mountainside. I stepped on something slippery. When I lifted my foot, it turned out to be a koi. I'd squashed it flat. I could see it clearly with the flashlight. It was really gross. I'd been sure Chi was in the temple, but she was nowhere to be found. I didn't give in yet, though I went further up the mountain and took a look around. There was still no sign of Chi. Finally, I had to leave. Later on, I spoke to Chi's family, and they called the police, so I went home first to catch up on some sleep. I really passed out for ages. By the time I woke up, it was already night. I think I dreamed of Chi. She said she'd gone to face her fate, that there was no need to look for her. Was this a dream sent by Chi, or was it me trying to give myself an out from all these bizarre events? But there doesn't seem to be anything I can do now. The boss's shop is closed and she's gone missing. Still, I'll keep looking for Chi. My partner will help too. I'll report back with any progress. Okay. Alright, well, I'll make another save right here. And then hit sleep. Okay, we're back to September 23rd. I wonder if this is the same dialogue as before. Location, that should be enough. Yeah, this seems the same. She's just not going with her to the mountains. Temple, things might not have turned out like this. In other words, I was also to blame for her disappearance. Whenever I closed my eyes, I saw a figure of Wei Yin. She glazed at me with an expression of grief, repeating the same word over and over again, the name of the place. When I looked up online, it turned out to be a certain small town in the southwest. I exercised, I took my medication, I went to the doctor. None of this did any good. How could I possibly explain all this unless Wei Yin was visiting my dreams? People told me that this was a classic survivor's guild. They urged me to let it go, so I wouldn't drag me down, but how could I possibly do that? My friends tried many times to convince me, but eventually I must have decided I was talking nonsense. Over time, fewer and fewer of them reached out to me, until at last I was left to myself. I decided I had to bring an end to it all, for Wei Yin, and for myself to give closure to it as well. I take a stock once again of everything in my luggage. This should be enough. I'm sitting out for today. This should be there in about 3 days. Alright, I have to let the kind souls in the forum know about this. Okay, let's see. Okay. Just in case. Prayer trust for the streets of storytellers. Fortune teller. Okay. A month has passed. I dream of Chi every day now. I now believe this is a dream she's sending me. Anyways, I'm going to look for her now. Okay, so we'll just hit save. So we'll just hit save. Page 3. It's autumn. The cold are staying Longchun, but the okay, yeah. We already read this before. Okay. Okay. Now checking. Ticket. Oh, it's different. Yongchun to Yangchun. Train Z7394. Now checking tickets for Z7394. Hurry up. Line up properly. No shoving. If I can come back, I shouldn't say that. I'll just treat it as a vacation. Why are you coming along? Didn't you say you'd be fine on my own? I'm worried about you. Enough of that. We should get our tickets checked, shall we go? Oh. That was a different ending. So we're seeing the credits again. Can I skip the credits? NB, Side A, Dream from the White Snake. Okay. So there's probably a few different endings based on how you go play the game. But that was really cool. I'm glad I got a chance to look at this. And guys, if you want to check it out, make sure you check it out from the pinned link. I will post it one more time in case you guys want to check it out yourself. So you can hear. Yeah, Strange Tales from Longchun, Sacrifice. So this is a Game Jam game. It's part of the Spooktober Game Jam. Definitely check it out. I'm probably going to give this one a rating, that's for sure, because I played it. Anyways, I know this was a shorter stream, but hey, you got 3 hours out of me earlier, and you got almost 2 hours out of me now. So, I have a potential raid target. If somebody in another server has a has something going on. What's going on here? Anyways, let's see if that subathon thing is still going. I think someone's doing like a subathon. Let me just take a look. Let's see. It's gonna get site. Oh, they're not live anymore. But hey, let's see what they're doing. They're kind of neat. I'm gonna follow them. Oh, hey, it won't let me. I follow too many people. Anyways. Let's see if anybody in LTN is live other than me. I don't think there is. I think it's just me. May is doing Doom speedrunning. Let's see if it's still live. They're still live. Yeah, they still are. Let me just see if there's anybody else who is doing anything spoopy. I could do that too. Yeah, let's go ahead and raid May then, because I raided May a little while ago, but we can go ahead and do another raid. Okay, yeah, let's raid May. All right, y'all. Y'all know the drill, but in case you don't, I am going to tell you. So here is the raid message if you're subbed. If you're not subbed, that is okay. I have a raid message you can use instead. It is this one right here. If you'd like to join the Discord server and hang out with some cool peeps, including joining us for Toku Tuesdays, right now we're watching Kamen Rider Gaim. You can join us there. Also find my social medias here. My YouTube channel's here, and the latest videos on my channel's here. And I have new videos coming out. I'm going to be posting an update soon for one of my latest, for my Halloween review, which will be coming soon. You can also, if you'd like to save 10% or more in your order at advance.gg, you can use my code 010 at checkout, save 10%, or sometimes works, they do weekend deals there. If you like the music at the start of the stream, you can check out Static Saint there. 4 albums available for streaming and download. And if you guys like creepy visual novels like this, check out Lover's Enigma. It's on Kickstarter. There's about 8 days left. So if you want to get in on that, you can. And support another indie game and support me at the same time. But once again, here's the raid message if you're subbed. If you're not, you can use this one instead. I will be back tomorrow. I'm going to do probably some Nikkei, just a quick Nikkei stream in the afternoon. Just to catch up on some event stuff. But anyways... Take care, comb your hair, in a rush, use a brush, don't do drugs, stay in school, eat your teeth. I will see you next time on Cheat. Go say hi to May for me, and have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye.